Now that's an option I didn't think of. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Random Distractions home theater video. In a previous video I had done a comparison between my Arundel 1723S center channel speaker and a 1961 center channel speaker. I say center channel because it's actually a 1961 monitor turn on its side. I received a comment in that video though asking if I would consider using a 1961 bookshelf speaker as a center channel speaker. The commenter was actually hoping to use like all 1961 bookshelves for his fronts and his center and surround. From my previous experience, the speakers really play well together when you mix and match, but since I had a 1961 bookshelf speaker, I figured I'd give it a try. If you saw my previous video where I compare the monitor against the bookshelf speaker, now that the monitor is broken in, I was wondering if I would, still notice the slight difference between what it was when I first tried it to now. So that's also one thing that I am going to try to do. And the one thing to think about is that in the other video, I only was comparing it against music since I was using the front channels. And for this one, it's going to be more in a home theater experience. So we'll see if that makes any difference. The other thing I'm going to touch on in this video is in my previous center channel video, I mentioned that when you add the subwoofers, it's a little bit harder to tell, but I only had sound demos of the speakers just by themselves. So for this one, I'm actually including demos of the center channels and also the center channels with subwoofers. I did run Arc Genesis again for all of the different configurations, and I created two profiles for each of them. One of them was a 3.0 profile, which would not include the subs, and then a 3.2 profile, which would include the subs. With Arc Genesis, you have to have the fronts always set up in order to do a measurement, but for the actual tests, I just disconnected the fronts, so it would only be the center channel and the center channel with the subs. Like the previous video, I'm going to be using the intro to Mad Max Fury Road, as I think I did a really good job last time. And the other thing to note is that the microphone that's capturing the audio recording and the microphone that's capturing the information for the RTA and REW are all in the main listening position. And that's about 8 feet 6 inches from the speakers, or 2.6 meters. So let's first check out what they sound like without any subs. And again, I disconnect the fronts. So this is just going to be the center channel speaker only.
My name is Max. My world is fire and blood. Once, I was a cop, a road warrior searching for a righteous cause. As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else. Here they come again, worming their way into the black matter of my brain. I tell myself, they cannot touch me. They are long dead. My name is Max. My world is fire and blood. Once, I was a cop, a road warrior searching for a righteous cause. As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else. Here they come again, worming their way into the black matter of my brain. I tell myself, they cannot touch me. They are long dead. is Max. My world is fire and blood. Once, I was a cop, a road warrior searching for a righteous cause. As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else. Here they come again, worming their way into the black matter of my brain. I tell myself, they cannot touch me. They are long dead.
All right, so that's without the subs, and as I noted in the previous video, I think the 1723S just has a little bit more fullness that the monitor doesn't have. And now that the monitor was broken in, I did notice a slight fullness that wasn't there before, but not anything major. What surprised me again, though, is that bookshelf speaker. No, it doesn't have the fullness of the 1723S for sure, but it's actually really close to what the monitor can do. And despite that the monitor and the bookshelf speaker don't have that fullness that the 1723S has, they still sound very similar with everything else. And I think that's down to Arundel using that same tweeter for all of their speakers so that they really, mix really well. To my ears, the biggest differences between the three is that they just add a little bit more fullness, with the 1723S being the best one between these three anyway, of what they're able to do. All right, so now I want to share what they sound like with the subs turned on. And again, the fronts are disconnected, so this will be the center channel and the subs.
My name is Max. My world is fire and blood. Once, I was a cop, a road warrior searching for a righteous cause. As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else. Here they come again, worming their way into the black matter of my brain. I tell myself, they cannot touch me. They are long dead. My name is Max. My world is fire and blood. Once, I was a cop, a road warrior searching for a righteous cause. As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else. Here they come again, worming their way into the black matter of my brain. I tell myself, they cannot touch me. They are long dead. My name is Max. My world is fire and blood. Once, I was a cop, a road warrior searching for a righteous cause. As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else. Here they come again, worming their way into the black matter of my brain. I tell myself, they cannot touch me. They are long dead.
All right, so I don't know how well it comes across on YouTube, but in person, it's definitely a lot harder to distinguish the differences between the three. However, the 1723S still sounds the best to me, only because I think what's happening is that the subs are trying to compensate for the missing lower frequencies in the monitor and for the bookshelf speaker. So in some places it actually sounded a little bassy and boomy, whereas the 1723S, it sounded a lot smoother and more evened out. Despite that though, if I were needing to use any of those in my room, I would definitely feel comfortable with any of them. I think that there's, adjustments that you can probably do to the bass to, work that boominess out, or even like once you have like the fronts working, if, that evens everything else out. The one thing I did mention to the commenter was that if you did go the bookshelf route, they only sell them in pairs, so you would have an extra, bookshelf speaker. But I kind of joke said, you could probably get like a Bluetooth amp for it, and you'd have yourself a little Bluetooth speaker that would sound pretty good. His comment was actually to use the spare one for like a Voice of God channel, which I thought that was a good idea too. Whatever he decides though, I wish him the best of luck. Hopefully this kind of helped out a little bit in trying to figure out what to do. Like I said, as far as for my experience here in this room and what I heard, I would be totally fine with any of them. I think the bookshelf speaker just kind of keeps surprising me as how well it sounds and how well it can, do various things. Whether it's fronts, center, or surrounds, it always does a great job. So I was definitely surprised by it again. And so if he decides to go this route, I, would definitely say give it a try. And that's all that I have for this video. I would definitely appreciate a like, of course, and also appreciate anybody subscribing as well. I can't believe I'm already over 600, but definitely want to keep shooting at least for 1,000. So that would be awesome if we can get there. But definitely leave me any comments or questions below, and I will try to answer them for you, or maybe make a video about them. So I definitely appreciate all those comments. And until then, I hope you have a good one.